I think we all know at this point that Dead by Daylight is a very monetization heavy game, with it already having a price tag and tons of DLC, but now they're making it so the DLCs cost more too. Could this be a new trend for all DLCs, and is it getting worse? Let's start from the beginning. Originally, Dead by Daylight was completely different from what we have now monetization-wise, obviously. There was no shop, there weren't hundreds of skins, there was no battle pass, there was nothing. The only skins we got were bloody skins, and if you were lucky enough and played long enough, you would get legacy skins. However, as Dead by Daylight started to grow, they realized they obviously had an untapped market of people who wanted to spend money to buy skins and customize. Now, before I continue, let me make this explicitly clear. You can spend your money freely if you wish to support the devs by buying Oryx cells or chapters. There is nothing wrong with that. I myself do support devs and buy stuff in games from time to time, so I'm not saying in this video something along the lines of, if you're buying skins all the time for your Fang Min or Blight, you are making the game actively worse by supporting these practices. No, not at all. Because everyone wants their characters to look cool and unique. They want to have cool skins and look cool. And secondly, yes, I do know that behavior is a business first and foremost, and businesses need to make money, and they have goals to hit for how much they need to make. I'm not saying that they need to stop doing all of these, but compared to other games, Dead by Daylight is bad and probably getting worse. So as is now, it is painfully obvious that a lot of the budget in Dead by Daylight is going towards the skin department. Like, the vast majority of releases for this game are waves and waves and waves of skins and cosmetics. The other day, Behavior showed off a tweet with a roadmap showing off a bunch of waves of skins. Like, the flow of skins just never ends in this game. It feels like the amount of resources going to skins is 2 to 1 with original chapters and balancing or bug fixes. It feels like the vast majority of workers for Behavior are just all focused on making more and more skins. In most popular games, the skin market is usually huge, with there being dozens and dozens of skins for each character and big waves of skins usually dropping with each update. However, there is one teeny tiny thing separating them. Those games are typically free, while Dead by Daylight has a $20 price tag. And for those say few games that are also paid and have tons of skins, they usually have ways to earn these skins by playing the game. The first game that comes to mind for me first is Overwatch 1, because 2 went down the dark side and is constantly needing more money. See, in Overwatch 1, whenever you leveled up, you would get a loot crate, which had some items in there, some good, some bad. However, it had a pseudo-pity system, where if you rolled something you already had, you would get credits that you could then save up those credits for to buy something you actually wanted guaranteed. The problem with Dead by Daylight is the fact that doing this for these skins would take hundreds of hours for just one skin. Then, for some of them, you cannot earn them through normal gameplay. When you level up, you get iridescent shards, which can be used on original characters and most skins, meaning that if you want a really cool Dredge skin, or Doctor, or Artist skin, well, you can spend literal months for one skin, or just pay $10. The majority of skins are purchasable with the iridescent shards, yes, but there are a tiny amount that you cannot ever get if you're free to play. Those are usually on licensed characters, so you'd have to fork over your wallet if you want them. There are no events or rewards where they go, hey, here's some free Oryx cells for finishing this tome or event or anything like that. Now, I will play devil's advocate and I see why they don't do this. Like I mentioned earlier, you can only get original things with iridescent shards, because if Dead by Daylight released the licensed chapter and sees everyone is buying, for example, the Xenomorph with iridescent shards, that means that they would be getting $0 in revenue and would probably have to pay out of pocket to the license holders, so I do understand why they aren't handing out Oryx cells. What I am not fine with, however, is all of the skins being $10. I, again, do understand that they need to make money, but I don't get how people who don't have as much disposable income or don't want to pay are supposed to get anything in this game. Yes, you can technically farm for iridescent shards to unlock original characters and skins, but the time needed for just one character is beyond ludicrous. There's many videos discussing this topic, but to put it simply, it is not feasible or even worth it, really, to spend so long grinding levels to just unlock one singular character. I don't get why the amount for a skin is almost 2.5 times as much for a whole character. I can understand the price for the legendary ones that can completely change the character or even chase music, but like 21,000 shards so my Dredge can look like this is just appalling. Then back to the skins is the fact that while yes, some of them are really good, it's the fact that if you're buying them for killers, you are getting minimal value for buying them. For a survivor, you're always playing in third person, meaning that the money you spent on the skin, you'll always get to see it and enjoy it. However, for the killers, you at most get to see the weapon, and even then for some killers, you rarely or never even get to see it. The biggest offense to this, I would say, is the Oni, where he has hands down some of the best skins in the game, as when you go into Blood Rage, the whole outfit changes. The horns grow, the outfit glows, you're emanating blood fog, and it just looks so awesome. However, for the Oni, what do you get to see when you're using these skins? Big stick. There's only 2 guaranteed times you'll get to see your skin in a match, one being when you start up the match and load in, and the other is when the match ends. For some killers, you can see yourself like Hag, Pinhead, Doctor, etc., or if you bring a Mori. Like, if you're paying $10 for a skin and I get to see them at most maybe 20 seconds if I bring a specific item to do an animation, it just seems like a total waste of money. Even in first-person games, you can usually emote or do something in order to see your skin, like emotes or finishers. But again, in Dead by Daylight, you would need to bring an item in order to see your skin for just a few moments when you're mooring them, which is a total bummer. Another thing that I really hate about the store is the fact that survivors cost the same amount as the killers. It just makes no sense. This makes no sense at all, as survivors are all basically one-to-one and essentially just skins of each other, with just different grunts of pain and new noises, yet that somehow warrants the same price tag as an entirely new character with a new power, new chase music, new animations. It just makes no sense that one survivor should be equal to the killer. Then there's the fact that Behavior, I guess, just wasn't making enough money and decides to add a fucking battle pass. This is a $20 game with a crowded skin shop with skins you can't earn, and now they add a battle pass. Then later add more levels to the paid battle pass. At least luckily the battle pass in Dead by Daylight, much like Fortnite's, will pay itself off with Auric cells if you complete it. But still, with all the DLCs and skins, now they're adding in a battle pass. They really want to cover every possible avenue to maximize profits, and you know, I get it, they're a business, blah blah blah. But in the battle pass, still no iridescent shards, so it's not even like you can make a profit in either Auric cells or shards, so it's either keep using the cells to buy the pass over and over, continuing the cycle, or you spend some of those cells on a skin. Either way, you don't ever get to turn a profit. But those two things don't even compare to what I would say is the scummiest thing. Recently, the last 2 chapters were amazing and really well received, but there is one strange thing about them. The fact that these chapters are almost double the price of a regular one. Here's one simple trick to avoid this though. Just buy the Auric cells that's equal to them and you would technically save money. So these last 2 chapters are now more than the average chapter prices, where single character chapters are about $5, Nicolas Cage is $10. Where normal chapters, 1 killer, 1 survivor, are $7, the alien chapter is $12. The reasoning for this, I believe, is that these chapters are automatically bundled with a purple skin at half price to make it a more valuable bundle. You could buy Nicolas Cage and his skin for $15 in total, or the DLC, and now it's $10. You could buy the Alien DLC at $7 or $17 if you got the skin, but since it's a bundle, half off and you get it for $12. The problem here is that you are not even given the option to purchase the chapter itself, so you have to buy the bundle or spend $10 to have enough Auric cells to buy both the characters due to them being 500 cells a pop. And at that point, you might as well spend $2, right? See how this is so scummy? The fact that they're making it so that you cannot buy the chapter by itself without a skin is just so infuriating and rude. Now, this all could be because of licensing reasons, that the licenses cost a lot of money, so they need to make up for it by selling the chapters for more to cover it. But again, you can circumvent this by buying the individual Auric cells for the characters. Like, I did buy the Alien chapter, but I probably am not ever gonna play Ripley, so the extra $5 that went towards that skin earned money. And with how hard it is to earn characters, some chapters can be by definition pay to win. While the strongest characters can be earned, let me put it like this. Take someone who is free to play. They could either spend hundreds upon hundreds of hours to unlock one killer with shards that is incredibly strong, like say Blight, Spirit, Artist, etc. Or they can spend $5 to unlock them instantly. Now, say a licensed killer released, and their perks and power are the strongest in the game, rivaling even the Nurse. This is a character that is unmatched in terms of raw power. A free-to-play player could never earn this character and would have to pay. And if you're paying money to unlock a character with strong perks that give you a stronger chance to win compared to other characters, you are by definition pay to win. I guess if you want to play semantics, it isn't technically pay to win, but it is pay to progress quicker, which is basically what all free-to-play games do. And again, $20 game. I really do wish that they at least gave the option for either the Alien or Nicolas Cage chapter to be a bundle or individual, but then again, people could try and make the argument that it is bad to lock a skin behind the bundle, so I don't know. This video is sort of filler because I have a much bigger project coming around the end of this week, so please do subscribe so you can catch that, and with that, I'll be calling it here. I'm Donut Boy signing off, take care of yourselves, and have a damn good one out there. Peace.